And we are back with the fifth segment of the GSMC basketball podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter segment than the rest of them because there's not really much that needs to be talked about. So, we're going to talk about the expectation that Siakam is going to get a max contract offer from the Pacers. This is coming from an article from Bleacher Report. The Pacers are reportedly expected to offer Siakam a max contract this summer, according to Shams, the state from the Athletic and Stadium. He said that re-signing Siakam is going to be the Pacers' biggest priority of the offseason. And let's see, there are some more quotes that I could go off. So Siakam is eligible for a 5-year, $245 million contract this summer. A full 5-year max would take Siakam through his 35th birthday, which is just a little fun fact to just add on to there. And definitely well deserved for this Pacers team. Like Siakam was a very good addition to the team. Like he helped them a lot more than I thought he would, especially in the postseason. And like his production has been more than enough for this has been more than enough for the Pacers, and all that's left is to get better chemistry with the rest of the roster and, just continue to play their game. And all they really have to do is just really get that chemistry up and maybe get their defense to be a little bit better. That's really the only thing that the Pacers have to prove, like with this lineup. And re-signing Siakam to pair him with Halliburton is going to be a must for this Pacers team. And along with, the entire team as a whole, they have a really good chemistry, like, as of right now. So I wouldn't really break them off just yet. The fact that they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and with the lineup that they had, because they essentially traded for Siakam like mid-season, and it's proven to be very, very effective. So, granted, they also got aided by the fact that most of the Eastern Conference teams they went up against were injured. Actually, yeah. 2 of the 3 Eastern Conference matchups that they went up against were injured. So maybe this team isn't entirely hyped out the way that it is, but Pascal Siakam is still a very important piece. Now, but all that money is, like, it's really, like, questionable for me. Like, I really do not like how so many of these players are making this much money. Like, it's definitely not deserved. But the problem is, with how the market is working now with NBA and the stars, if you don't offer a player money, like, if you don't offer a player, like, more money than he wants, then you're not going to get him, because 9 out of 10 times that player is going to decide to go to a different organization that is going to pay him. Like, there's no loyalty in this league anymore. So if you have to pay these players so much money, this is why they gave Jaylen Brown that huge contract and that made him the most paid player in the NBA after they lost to the finals because of him. Like, that was the biggest reason, because there is no loyalty in the NBA, and he would easily be able to go up and leave, and another team would be able to pay all the money that he wants. And that's the most important thing. And you can't allow that to happen, especially like if to one of your best players. You absolutely have to keep them on the team, assuming that it works. So again, eligible for a $245 million contract. That is a lot of money. Now, the Pacers sent Bruce Brown, Jordan Norwood, and Kira Lewis, and 3 first-round picks just for Siakam in January, that is a very big trade as well. 2 of those first-round picks conveyed this year in a weak draft. So I guess it's kind of smart for them to do that, but the final first rounder is a protected first, numbers 1 through 4, in 2026 and 2027. If the Pacers draft in the top 4 in 2026 and 2027, the last pick converts to a pair of second round picks. Again, it's a lot of trade details. It's very difficult to follow. Siakam averaged 21 points and 7 rebounds and almost 4 assists in the 41 regular season games with the Pacers. He's a 2-time All-Star, and he has settled into a tier of players who who are hard to elevate, according to the article. He's very good at a number of things, but elite at none. That's what they say. Now, I think he's like I don't want to be rude or mean to him because he does have a championship, but the point does stand. Like, he's good at a lot of things, but he's not like really elite at a specific facet of the game. In fact, the one thing that I think he's elite at is spin moves. Like, other than that, can't really say that he has much elite aspects to his game. He's not an elite shooter. He's not an elite shot creator. He's not an elite dunker. Like, he's not an elite finisher like that. Like, I mean, he's a great finisher, just not elite. And it's been a blessing. Siakam told reporters Monday night, "I'm really appreciative of everything. Coming from where I come from, it means a lot." So he was really happy for for getting traded to the Pacers. And Indiana could have competition in the open market if Siakam wants to explore his options, however. Like, the Sixers are armed with cap space and a title contending roster, and were reportedly interested in trading for Siakam before he was sent to Indiana. So the Sixers could only offer Siakam 4 years and $183 million if they hope to sign him outright. So again, there is competition, but the money talks. So not entirely sure like where he's going to decide to go, but chances are he's going to stay with Indiana because of the money and the fact that they're contending. So with that, we are out of time for this 5th segment, and that will be the end of the show. Like I said, it was going to be a much shorter segment than usual, so thank you so much for tuning in to the GSMC Basketball Podcast, presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Excuse me. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. And as usual, please remember to use the link in the description to get your comments recognized, or the link displayed below the ticker on every single show segment. Really helps with the show, makes the show much more interactive between myself and you guys. The link is GSMCPodcast.net. You can see it below in the ticker. That is all I have for you today. Thank you once again for tuning in. I am your host, Nelson, and as always, take care.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go.